Hi there, everyone. Welcome to my, I believe it's live vlog 9. Um, I just wanted to kind of update everyone on what's kind of going on because a lot of things have happened. It is November 25th. I've already filmed the last of my nano vlogs, which should be going up. I have no idea. This is why I make live things on YouTube, because I am horrible when it comes to actually editing things in a timely manner. But I will have those out in the next couple of weeks or so, I hope. I don't know. But anyway, so first off, excuse me. I did not win Nano in the way that I was expecting. I did win Nano overall, but I won it in a different way. I didn't win it with one project. I won it with 3. Basically, the total number of my 3 projects equaled out to 50,000. So I had my Nano novel, which was sitting at about 23,000. Then I had basically the last portion of Stand Up, Obtain Control that covered another, I think, like 10,000 or so. Or no, it was like 20,000, something in that range. And then we had book 2 of my Hunter X Slayer series, which covered the last about 14,000 that I needed. So, thankfully, that covered everything that we needed. Or at least I needed for 50K. And, oh boy, this November has definitely taught me something. But you'll see all that during my vlog. But right now, I wanted to just kind of give you an update on everything. As I said, I finished the first draft of Stand Up, Obtain Control, the 3rd book in my Reaper series. And it is going to be starting edits possibly December. I originally was thinking of waiting until January, but then it's like, well, that's a long time. I don't really need a full month to wait to start doing edits. I just need time to actually let it ruminate in my brain, remove itself from my brain, so that I can actually look at it with fresh eyes. So, since I finished it, if I remember correctly, I finished it around the 15th of November. If I wait until December to actually do a reread, I should be better equipped. I have also done the reread of the first Hunter X Slayer book, The Hunter and the Cultist. I finished that one pretty early in the month. And I made notes on my Kindle version. I don't know why I keep doing this. I have to do things with my hands. But I finished that read through. I put notes in my Kindle file so that I knew what overall changes I needed to make. I did not put down all the notes that I knew I had to make because I wanted to save that for when I actually read it on my computer, so I could actually put in notes per line. So I haven't done that one yet, but I might do that one in the next couple of days, since I have, let's see, tomorrow's Tuesday, got a friend that I'm going to be seeing tomorrow that we haven't seen in a while. I might not do that tomorrow. I might not actually do anything tomorrow other than that, but we'll see what happens. I might do it Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so yeah. But the reason that I have this video is kind of late, because normally I post on Sundays, is because this last Sunday on the 24th we had a Friendsgiving, and with that, I think I mentioned in a previous video that we have lots of friends who don't have any family out here, or if they do, they're not close with them. So we always invite them over to have an early Thanksgiving. Normally it's like the day before or something. This one was the weekend before, because we have a lot of our friends work the weekdays. And yeah, they'll have Thanksgiving off, but not all of them do. And of course, we have another engagement that we have to do for Thanksgiving. So we decided to have it on the Sunday. And there was a lot of people. My mother and I, we basically worked for about 12 hours from 8 o'clock to about 10. Oh, it was a lot of work. A lot of cooking, a lot of fun. And I enjoyed myself, and I know that everyone there enjoyed themselves, so that makes me happy. But, other than that, I'm now taking a couple of days to just kind of decompress, because of course I've been stressing about making sure that I got everything that needs to be done for that day. Now I can kind of coast through the end of November and hopefully get the editing work done for The Hunter and the Cultist. And that way I'll know kind of where I need to go with that. Now, as I said, I also started book 2, which is The Spy and the Slayer. This one, well, the first one follows Gustav and Abel, a hunter and obviously a former member of a cult. The Spy and the Slayer takes 2 characters that you meet during their book, Cain, who is a slayer for werewolves, and Bastian, who is the CEO of Valdeme Industries, is a vampire. So it's literally a vampire and a werewolf together. Now you meet them very briefly in the beginning of The Hunter and the Cultist. And their relationship starts off very, very rocky. But so far I'm enjoying it. Bastian originally, when I wrote him way back when, he was a lot different. He was a lot more of an intellectual, not necessarily a businessman. So he went through a big transformation. That, and I had to give him more defects, because before he didn't really have many defects. So it's like, you're kind of boring. So had to give him some flaws. But I like him better now. And I like the struggles that he has to deal with. So I'm about 16,000 words in. And again, it's very much like with the Hunter x Slayer. I'm more than likely going to be hitting in the 80,000 range, which is why my Nano now has a project called The Spy and the Slayer that has that title, that number on it, for 80,000 as the goal. But I'm hoping that it will take up to about 3 to 4 months to complete it. I'm hoping for 3, but we'll have to see what happens, because it only took me 3 months to write book 3's first draft. And that one ended up at 50,000, which is the most that my Reaper stories have ended up when it comes to the first draft. And for the most part, I like what was in there. Just, I know that there's going to be a lot of edits, because I was literally flying by the seat of my pants when it came to changing scenes in my outline, and it just felt so out of control, because the way the story was going, it kept changing, and I just had to keep refixing the puzzle, refixing it, re-outlining, until I finally got to the end, and I'm like, whoa. Anyone ever see the I Love Lucy episode when they have the conveyor belt of chocolate? Yeah, it's kind of like she had to keep, it kept getting faster and faster and faster until the very end when she like messes up. Unfortunately for her, it didn't work out so well. For me, I managed to make it to the end, and it's like, whoo, what'd I just do? So, but I'm hoping that that is not going to be as hard as I'm imagining. I keep imagining that I'm going to have a lot of scenes I have to add, and I really don't want to because it's already sitting at 19 chapters, and I know that my original first draft of Stand Up Fight Back was originally 17 chapters, which then morphed into 27. But it was weird because when I wrote the first draft of Stand Up Break Out, it ended up at 31 chapters, but then during the rewrite ended up at 29. So it's like, okay, am I writing more or am I writing less? I don't understand. This one I think was just hard because I had to deal with a very emotionally driven A story and a very emotionally driven, like on a different level, emotionally driven arcing story. And that one is the one that I was flying by the seat of my pants because I had no idea how I was going to get from point A to point B, or point A to point C or D. I was having so much trouble. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I literally was in the middle of writing this draft, and I had to call up one of my beta readers who had read the first 2 books, and I'm like, help me. Because I don't know where I'm going with this. I am stuck. And like, I had my outline, I knew where I had to go with it, but I didn't know how to get there. So I called her up and she helped me through it. And she was amazing. She helped me get back on track and get back to where I needed to go, and ultimately I like where I'm at now. I know that there's a lot of things I'll need to add so that it's more a cohesive story, but I will see how much of a train wreck it is when I read it back. I'm hoping it's not too bad. Well, like, when I read back The Hunter and the Cultist, it wasn't so bad. There was definitely some things that need to be changed, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting dumpster fire, but again, your writing is not as bad as you think. So, if you ever have that feeling of, oh, well, my writing is like super bad, no one wants to see it, or they'll think I'm amateurish, it's like, write for yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that their opinion means more than what yours does. Now, that's not to say that you can't make mistakes and that you're never wrong, because there's plenty of times when you're writing and it's like, yeah, I think you missed the mark here. And it's always good to listen. When it comes to taking critical advice, it's very hard to have someone tear apart your work. I'll do a video about when I had this happen to me, because it was pretty emotional, and I think it deserves a video all on its own. But basically, I had an awakening. Before, I did not take criticism very well. I actually yelled at a friend because I thought she was being overly harsh, and I look back on that now and I regret it. I regret how I acted towards her. And thankfully, we've made up since then, and she has been willing to help me. But it was definitely my lowest point. And take everything that you hear, give it really deep thought. Because the people that you ask to read this stuff, 9 times out of 10, they legitimately want to help you. They don't want to see you fail. Now, there are people out there that do. But I would hope that the people that you would trust with this work that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, that you trust, that you know are going to tell you the truth and not sugarcoat it. So, okay, I'm off my soapbox now. So, that's kind of my update right now. I'm thinking of doing another video possibly later on this week. I'm not sure. I do want to thank the 26 followers I have. I really do appreciate all of you being here. And I hope that you all enjoy the videos that I'm doing. I know they're a little random. I know I kind of bounce around, but that's just me. Again, here I go. Tangent. Okay, really? I'm going to end this video now. All right, see y'all later. Bye-bye.